All right, look, ladies, this is a subject. This whole week, my mind has been absolutely blown. All right. And this subject is about embracing your masculinity, right, in order to make him chase, right, through having a feminine front, which is natural to you, and having an undertone of masculinity. Ladies and gentlemen, in everything in life, this is the perfect mix for anything. Being who you are with an undertone of your opposite. All right. Oh God, this is gonna be so much fun making this video today. All right, give me 1 second. Let me make sure everything's like all and ready. Okay. All right. Look, ladies. Well, the first thing you have to realize is that as human beings, we're all born complete. All right. We are all born complete. There's no such thing as a child who's feminine and masculine. Now, genetically speaking, we may have preferences, right? Like you may have, but generally, naturally, we're all born complete. And we all have many sides of us that want to come out, particularly the sides that are contradicting to our main character, which is for you, feminine or me, masculine. And particularly those parts that are contradicting inside of us is also goes against society. So you also get backlash. And as a result, those qualities that only come when you express your opposite sex in like your opposite sex energy, quote unquote, which you're feminine, so it means you're masculine, it's drummed out by society. Because when you really think about it, children, boys are sensitive when they're young, right? And as they grow older, they become drummed out by society. Females are naturally adventurous and willful creatures, and they love to transform their environment, but it gets drummed out as they grow older. See, that's why women naturally they just want to control shit. That's hard. Sorry. My fault. Sorry. So as we grow older, we conform to standards and suppress the sides that the people around us doesn't want to have. And as a result, it's not that you suppress it on the outside, but inside you suppress it. So boys, as a result, they lose their ability to feel different range of emotions. Unless you are raised by a single mother and you're able to feel those emotions, but not in a positive way. You feel ranges of emotions as a form of trauma, not as a form of you expressing your personality. It's a whole nother different subject, people. My God in heaven, have mercy. I love this subject. And women lose their ability to explore, and their assertive side is tamped down by society, right? And what tends to happen is that when that part of our personality becomes drummed down, the voice that comes with that personality, the character of who you are also dies. But it never really goes away. It just becomes suppressed. And it comes out in toxic masculinity in me. And in women, it comes out in toxic femininity, which for women is when they combine their feminine side and try to be masculine as a form to defend themselves rather as an expression of their character. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have a lot of women who try to be masculine as a result of them being abused by a partner or something like that. But that masculinity of theirs is repulsive as opposed to natural masculinity that came default in your DNA. That part is attractive, but that part is contradicting to who you show in person and to what society demands from you. Truly powerful, right? Okay, we're not done. So as a result, we notice this loss in our character. We notice that the thing is, as you go older, you don't notice that you are almost like everyone else, right? You think you're unique, right? But then you encounter a person who's unrepressed. You encounter a person who has integrated all of the sides of their personality. And through contrast, you're able to self-reflect upon your own limited range of personality that has been suppressed. You feel your own suppression through seeing the difference in this person's freedom of movement. So as a result, we lose that part. So when you see somebody, and I could put myself in as an example, to be honest with you, because when I was younger, like I had a sensitive side to me, right? Quote unquote. It was because I was a little bitch, right? I used to, when I was a Christian, they taught me in Christian school not to fight back. The fuck? They taught me to always forgive. The fuck out of here. Some people don't deserve to be forgiven. And as a result, you develop a feminine side, not because it's my personality, but as a defense mechanism, right? Women then develop a masculine side, not as an expression of their personality, but as a defense mechanism, right? That's not what we want. We want a complete expression of your personality, right? So what you got to do is get a hold of the you know how you have short range shots from basketball, shooting the basketball at the rim, and you have long range shots, shooting the basketball 30 feet away. What you want to embrace is your mid range shots, the middle parts of your personality, the parts that are not masculine or feminine, right? Because naturally you go to the extreme to fit the role, right? If you're a woman, you try to be feminine to the guy you date. So you'll suck his dick a little bit more. You try to be that perfect woman, but inside of you, you feel a certain aggressive side that wants to come out, and it'll only come out once it's over, once it hits a pinnacle point. What you want to do is learn to embrace that side despite the person you're around. That's why I tell you ladies, sorry, I'm pointing. That's why I tell you ladies to do the things that I say. Keep the distance. Don't text that much. That's a masculine thing. Like the whole thing of being in the outcome independent, the whole thing of keeping a distance, it's a masculine energy. It's because men are more isolated, women are more with society, right? Are more like social. So I tell you guys to be yourself, but have a hint of masculinity in how you text. When you text, you don't send ha ha ha, that like hey ha ha ha. No, it's more hey, right? But in person, you could be yourself, but in text, you have coldness. You text in the more masculine way, right? As opposed to how women text is ha-has and LOLs, right? That's why I tell you this, right? And also when I tell you about like all right, so I'm getting ahead of myself, right? So what you want to do then is, if you're somebody who's emotionally hard, you want to get in touch with your soft side of your character. If you're somebody who's emotionally strong, you want to get in touch with your hard side of it. With your soft side. For example, me, I could say that when I was learning game and just getting better with women, I was embracing the masculine, and as a result, I was banging the women. Don't get me wrong, but they were leaving. I was only having sex with them once, and they would leave. But I started embracing the feminine side, right? I started to try to understand them. I started to tell them what they want to hear, right? I started to just being a good not being a good person, but how can I say this? But stepping out of my head and learning to see how they think. You see what I'm saying? The ability to think inside of a person's head is empathy. It's more of a feminine trait. You see what I'm saying? Narcissism, it's associated to men. Thinking of myself. You see? So as a result, I was able to think in a woman's head, understand what she wants, and provide it. And all of a sudden, they're staying. Right? It was because I was able to embrace that feminine side. The problem wasn't more masculinity. No, more masculinity is fucking horrible. It could turn into abuse. What I needed was a little bit of femininity, right? So what happens? Now I'm doing this, I do art, and so I like to think that I've integrated some parts of that character. Not all, but some parts, right? What you want to do is get in touch with that part. But how do you do it? One, do the opposite of whenever a situation arises and you normally do one thing, do the opposite. If somebody yells at you and you normally agree with them, do the opposite. If somebody is trying to sell you something and you normally listen to them, do the opposite as an exercise. You see what I'm saying? The next thing for example, if you normally attack when you defend, attack. If you normally defend rather than attack. Sorry about that, right? Or for example, if I'm normally working 10 hours straight, take breaks. You see, so it's kind of like if you're naturally somebody who, for example, with women, is that they have a lot of interest, right? Women are more like they scatter their interest, right? Men are more like focused on something, right? It's not a good or bad. Because men are so focused on something, they become myopic and their creativity becomes stale over time because they're not expanding onto other subjects. Women, then, they don't really master something because they don't really focus on one thing. So it's kind of like both of them, if they want to reach mastery, they gotta embrace it. They gotta embrace an undertone of each part. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about that in the course. That's gonna be fun, right? So if you normally respond fast, respond slow, and vice versa, right? So in a relationship, if you normally say no more often, say yes. If you normally say yes a lot, say no more often, right? Particularly with guys that you like, do the opposite. And this is what I tell you guys. I tell you this a lot, man. And also sense the kind of projection that the guy's putting on you. For example, a lot of women think that eating dirty and farting, all that shit is not a feminine thing, right? That's true, right? But the thing is that you have to stop trying to live up to what men see and think as feminine. Now, I'm not telling you to be masculine, just to show off to the guys. I'm not telling you to be masculine just to show the guy that you are strong. See, then you're gonna overreact. You're not gonna listen to the situation, right? It's like you're just trying to prove a point, and the situation might not need that, and you might just go overboard, right? You know how guys talk to you, and you can sense when they're telling you a line like, "Hey man, did you drop from the sky?" Right? And you're like, dude, like that doesn't go with the moment, right? As opposed to if you actually fall and you're like, "Damn girl, you just fell from the sky," right? It falls, but because you're just rehearsing a line, because you just want to act masculine, what you say is going to be met with resistance, right? What you got to do is go with the moment. You see what I'm saying? Go with the moment and not try to be masculine for the point of it. Try to be more assertive. Stop trying to have this image of masculine. No. There's natural aggression inside of you. There are times when you say, "I wish I would have not said yes." There are times when you said, "I don't want to do this." Tap into that. Embrace that inner side. Tap into your inner father, or your inner, which is like I have an inner mother. The females have an inner father. You gotta tap into that, and that inner father is an assertive energy. You gotta embrace it. Whenever you feel cowardly, take a deep breath and go and do the opposite. Right? So I'm telling you, ladies, if you do this, you may not see results now, but over the long run, by embracing your masculines, you're in a healthy way, in a conscious, healthy way, you're gonna see people are gonna begin noticing and treating you differently. For example, if you're a woman, you normally talk loud and all that stuff. Learn to talk a little bit more slow and relax. I'm telling you, man. It's like, for example, with me, I used to talk loud and blah blah blah. If you go watch my other videos, like my old ones, you'll notice, right? What I learned is that if I talk more calmly and more relaxed, people pay attention to me more, and they respect me more. And you know what? I believe that. I truly do believe that, and I truly do believe that it's actually a quality of my videos that I lacked and that I have now, right? That calm energy, right? That's more feminine. You could call that feminine, right? It depends, right? But if you guys want to know more about this, read the book, The Laws of Human Nature. I don't act like I know everything myself, right? I'm not a genius, right? But what I do, you see, that's feminine right there, right? Most guys will not admit that. You see what I'm saying? Like most guys won't admit that other people helped them. The feminine side of me allows me to tell you guys, hey, motherfuckers, I learned this through reading Robert Greene's book. And a lot of people might think, wow, that means people won't respect you, won't listen to you. No, in fact, people still listen. They'll know I'm telling you about Robert Greene, but they listen because if I'm open enough to put this information out there, that means that almost anything, like, how can I say this? It just means that they're listening to a source that's open, right? Because there's a lot of people who act like they discovered something by themselves when they really didn't. I don't blame them. Nothing wrong with that, to be honest with you. It is what it is. It's just human nature, right? But that is a masculine trait. For example, with guys, I'll tell guys, embracing your femininity means asking for help. It means, for example, with me, my feminine side was when I was younger. I used to, how can I say this? I was always into asking for help, right? And you know what? That trait actually helped me, right? Because I was raised by a single mother, and I always looked at her asking for help, right? And so as a result, I was like, you know what? I could do that, right? And because of me asking for help and reading books, I'm like, I'm getting helped by reading this book. That's why a lot of women read self-help books. That's why spiritual books are big, because women are honest enough to accept their flaws, right? It's truly something that hinders men as well, because men then like act like it's a subject that I just find absolutely fascinating to me, to be honest with you. And I wanted to make this video for you guys today. I did a lot of notes today, but it's something that I'm gonna put on my course and on my seminar in 2 weeks, because to me this is like mind-blowing, at least to me, right? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, ladies. And again, it's all about doing the opposite, right? When you normally shut up, talk, right? If you think yourself as somebody who's nice, learn to assert more assertiveness in your life. Notice the moments in life when people normally push you, or when you feel passive, and just make a conscious effort to go the other way. Don't go to jail though. Put the knife down. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying controlled aggression, right? Controlled aggression. And that also leads to good negotiation, all that sort of stuff. Truly powerful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy
to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life. This is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces. One is 8, 19, and one is 14, 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get out. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one would teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace, and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship, and this a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you can read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you can pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.